Hello, everyone, and welcome to Zelda Speedruns for the Zelda 2 Randomizer Standard Tournament 2023. We've got a round 2 match between AnimusUnited and Paratroopa 1. On commentary and tracking, we've got Mirai. I'm going to hand it over to him, but enjoy the race, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second game of this best of 3 here tonight. We had a game win just the other night between these two. Para took that win, surprising herself with that. But based on the way it all played out, Animus did end up missing a critical item in there, would have been the boots. But he made it pretty far without the boots. However, they were ultimately going to be required. And so that is what caught him in the end, allowing Para to get that win on game 1. However, we're about to kick off game 2 here tonight. So Para may be moving on to round 3 after this, because this is round 2. And Para may be moving on to round 3 after tonight, or we might be having a game 3 after all. And if we do, I believe that is tentative for Saturday. But the timer has started on their end. We're going to see them go live in just a moment. Yeah, Animus seated, let's see here. Animus is seated 2nd. Para is seated 18th here. Para, a veteran player. I mean, we talk about this every time. Para is a veteran player, and Animus has been around for a while as well now. Animus, the defending champ of Standard from last year. Just to fill in some history there for the 72nd time as we talk about that pretty much at the beginning of every race. Looks like we got a Mountainous biome to kick us off here. Checking King's Tomb for the hint right off the bat. Knows nothing. We did see the grass tile south of start. We got a town and a palace up north, although Animus opting not to check that. Shield Town and Rudo, not going to go for the hint on Paraside. I think Animus is going for this grass tile immediately, perhaps. No, he's going to go over in this direction. I think there's a pass-through. Yeah, that's a pass-through. We saw the south-facing cave over there, but just double-checking. Wow, cave. GP on the west. Cave to maze. Bridge to DM. Wow, okay. We're moving quickly here. Here's our first drop in maze. Didn't see what was in Raru, but I'm sure we'll see it in a moment. Zora taking off almost 3 bars of health there. Key bag, $500. Not bad. Not bad if that's your first find. I mean, you know, glove, key, something like that would be potentially more beneficial, but $500, not too bad. Better than 50, I guess, right? Could be worse. Yeah, that's quite the divvy up there. 223. All right, that's Reflect for free. Not bad. One of our required spells here today in this flag set, in this tournament. And another cave to another section of DM. Okay, so bridge and cave to DM there. There's everything figured out at this point. We need a raft to go east. Here we're looking for the second item here on the maze. We never did get a chance to see what that other palace was just north of start. Para hit this cave and ended up in the maze before we could check that. At least I think so, because we saw a Rudo shield and then we were on the maze, so. Encounter's not too tough. Moblin's a little annoying to fight there on the west, but getting tag teamed by them. Not too bad at attack 1, looks like, although catching that boomerang, getting a death there. I guess that'd be 2 deaths on that screen. Yeah, I guess the Gorilla does start closer, so you start getting boomerangs thrown at you. He went back for the Gorilla and the Moblin the next time. Got the life 2 level there. Para's still looking around. Oh, we saw it was... okay, 1 up on the maze here. Here's our container cave for Animus. Nothing on the maze. And we're back to start for both of our runners here. I think we're going to go grass tile and Paraside. Check this cave as well. Jump cave. Finding the Lost Woods tile encounters. Flute. Animus finding these tile encounters. We'll see if he looks for Bagu. Bagu could be important in a mountainous biome. Maybe Rudo shield. We're going in. We're going to play the hints game here. Boulder blocked cave potentially there in Paraside. Okay, so that is going to be something. We've seen the backs of Parappa, Fairy, and the front of Jump. So we've seen our 3 pass-throughs, unless I am mistaken and one of our pass-throughs leads to one of those caves. So raft on DM, that's going to be absolutely required today. Pair are going to be grabbing Reflect as well here. It's P2, P5 here north of start. It's P2. Okay. Animus also going to be exploring the maze, looking around, seeing DM. Seeing both sides, both areas DM here. Just because we have two connectors that go to Death Mountain doesn't mean that it's segmented in any way. It just means there's two connectors there. All right, pair get no hints in Raru, as Animus has shown us. A little water area here. I don't think that's blocking anything. Pair are going to opt not to go through the swamp, because swamp is icky and nasty, although there is a grass path over there. I think maybe wants to check this area before we kind of diverge out. Oh, okay, getting the resources back at GP here. Yeah, Animus getting that bag as well. Para had seen that bag. We know there's a one-up in a bag on Maze here. So nothing of interest. We didn't see inside a heart container cave here, I don't believe, on Animus' side. I think we took a death in here. And so Para's probably going to make her way through here. 2, 2, 3. Probably not a big deal. Oh, was that a red Dire? That might have been why Animus was unable to make his way through here. He was on his final life when he walked in here, I believe. Yep, good old red Dire. Get red Dire and a beanstalk. Okay. Kind of annoying. Gets it. Only 70 bucks for the red Dires, though. Not really worth fighting them. Although they didn't have too much health, it looked like. At least at attack 2. Boots. Footwear. In Heart Container Cave. Alright, so let's see where else Para goes. We're going west on Para's side. I'm not sure there's much over here. There could be something north, though. Looks like there's a path up there. Doesn't have to really lead to anything, but it may lead to something. Yep, big fat nothing. Para's going to up an A out of there. I think Animus is going to find his second drop here soon enough. Alright, so we're still missing 4 caves on the west. Okay, here's one of these caves. Magic Container Cave, okay. All right, P4 on the maze, and it's vanilla spot today. We would have seen that on Parasite, I believe. I just happened to miss it. Cross and Magic Container Cave. $200 for those red iron knuckles. Wow. Animus going into P4 here. Going to make a little look around. We've got a glove block down and left there, but a left on B1, a right on B2. Maybe just trying to find a quick Karok there, because he's got Reflect, although I don't know if it's castable at Magic 1 with 64 magic. $312 for Animus here, working on that attack 4, looks like at 980. Oh, there's our raft tile up here, and another palace. So this is going to be our third palace on the west. And it is going to be P5. So 2-5 in GP on the west today, 4 on Maze Island, and then of course 1, 2, and 1, 3, and 6. I'm sorry, 1, 3, and 6 on the east. Para up and in again, back to start. Where do we have to go? Are we going into DM? We can't have a segmented west. We've already seen all of our connectors, and they're all accounted for. So, oh, here's Saria and Mito. What do we got in Mito? Spelltown. All right, no medicine on hand. Although we have seen, and this is Fairy. Okay, it's not Fairy, it's Thunder. But go west to find the magic key. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. So Bagu encounters we saw over on Animus' side, but no Bagu pickup, no notes. We don't have a note from our Senpai Bagu to get us across the river. And I don't know if Para saw that. 500-point P-Bags in the drop pool there as well. Yeah, so Animus technically in the right spot to find passage to the east, but Magic Key on the west could be boulder blocked, could be in our boulder blocked cave. We still have Medicine Cave, Trophy Cave, and Pillar P-Bag Cave out there. There's still 3 caves, and honestly, if Saria is blocking any of those... All right, it looks like Saria might be blocking something here for sure. I think we've seen everything we could find on the Western continent outside of Saria. Or, no, remember there's that swamp section that I said Para did not go through, but there was a grass, right? There was a grass path down there. And so that could be something. Animus out of Death Mountain, unable to find anything of interest there. We don't know if the raft is hammer blocked, right? There could be key on the west that's accessible. It doesn't have to be behind that boulder block cave. And so if the key is accessible, it could be that our raft is sitting inside of a palace somewhere. Not the raft. The hammer could be sitting inside of a palace somewhere, and then that could be Spec Rock raft for all we know. So Para going down this section here. Is this the other side of Saria? Okay, is this the back of Jump? Oh, it is the other side of Saria, I believe. That's the back of Ferry. Okay. Yep, it is the other side of Saria, so no reason to have Bagu. These are going to be 2 out of our 3 caves here. Again, that last one's going to be boulder blocked at this point. We're going to have, unless that's Jump. Okay, we'll have to see what that other west-facing cave is, but this is Trophy Cave here, and this is going to be our key. Animus about to get his boots come out of Hard Container Cave? Yeah. I'll just mark those down. He's done with that first cave. Or first screen of the cave, that is. So Para's going to jump into 2 here, it looks like. Again, having Reflect also, now P4 in logic. I mean, you could still just look for the item in 4. You don't have to kill the boss. Just because you don't have Reflect doesn't mean the randomizer doesn't want to put you into P4. But, we do happen to have Reflect today as well. So kind of just clean it out if we can. But there was a glove block that we saw from Animus' side in P4, and that could lead to the item, that could lead to the boss. I'm going to have to double dip it at some point. Could be like Glove Hammer Cave, and then back to P4 to go through the glove block, to get the hammer out of there, to go get the raft out of Spec Rock. Could be some nonsense like that. It's possible. One death already for Para here in P2. 223 on her levels. We were talking about how Animus was trying to get that attack for. Don't know if he got it. Did he get it? He did get it. So 423 for Animus there. All right, dead end for Para. Looks like it's going to be a different direction here. I was going to say could be looking for a key, but obviously we've got the only key we need. Maybe it's a big fat bag. Could be a big fat bag. It's medium sized. We'll take it. Going for that attack level. Can't get it. Hopefully this guy gives us 18 experience. He has to give us at least 20. That's going to be our attack 3. 323 for Para. And Animus about to see this section of the west here. Still hasn't seen, I think it was north, was where we had the cross. Now, I think Para up and aid out of Trophy Cave and didn't check the other cave. So I'm not sure what that may be. Oh, another glove block in this palace as well to the left here. Okay. Interesting. P4, P2 having the same room there. We'll mark the key down for Animus, assuming we don't get a game over here. He's got just over a bar of health, but I think he's got more than 1 life left. So far, this is our only hint. I didn't see where the trophy was. Animus did go into Rudo, but I didn't see where the trophy was today. Trophy's going to be shield, so not necessarily going to be turned back. And this is that is the back of jump. So Animus did check that cave there. He's going to see Saria, and he's going to see that it's Thundertown. He's going to know that he's going to need to get there. He knows from the top side he might be able to get there, but he's also seen the Lost Woods tile encounters, or Lost Woods encounter tiles, however you want to look at that. Oh yeah, he's just going to walk this way. So he's over here. He's going to get himself Thunder. Dead end for Para. He's going to get the hint for the key that he's already picked up. Para did get that in reverse, so it's kind of nice from her perspective to know, hey, let's not leave the west just yet. The key's over here. Or at least let's not try to leave the west just yet. Para doesn't have the raft hint for DM, though, but Para is pretty good at clearing the overworld. Probably didn't want to do DM just yet, knowing that the palaces are here. But I know Para doesn't really like to go into palaces without the glove. So that's why we like to clear the overworld on Para's side, to just make sure that the glove's not sitting in the overworld. And today we're not sure yet, right? We're not sure. We're still looking around P2. Behind us, we've got a left. And downstairs behind us, we've got a right. So still a few options here in P2. There's the other side of our glove block, so that's good. That's actually a loop right there. So if Para recognizes that, and she may or may not, that is going to be a loop there. So glove looking like it's not required in P2 just yet. Yeah, Animus knows he's missing he's missing 3 caves. He's missing medicine, magic container, and pillar P bag. We know that magic container cave is available. It's going to be our cross. Oh, is this going to be a loop for Para? Oh, no, we're going back to DM. Okay, we're just going to walk around DM here. I say the only thing we can get out of here is, that is a loop for Para. Okay, all right, back another direction. I'm going to say the only thing we can access in here is Hammer Cave. Right, no hammer, no spec rock. Now, he doesn't know the raft tile is on the west. He hasn't seen that yet. There's our spec rock just sitting at the top. Spec rock usually pretty free to find in these river canyon biomes. All right, so Para's got some options here, left or right. I think we can go left, because I think we came from the right here, because this enemy's dead. There should be an enemy to the right here, but I think we killed it on our way through, so left it is. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe we've been through here already on Para's side. Yeah, Animus has been to the maze, so he's seen both caves and the bridge, so he knows that the raft is required to go east, and that's probably why he's digging around in here. Yeah, so Para cannot go left here. She's going to try, but this is the glove block, and hopefully she'll realize that this is the loop room. Now, where else we have to go, I'm not sure. I haven't been fully tracking this palace all that well. Okay, we've got another left up here. All right. And here's Hammer Cave for Animus. Is this going to be our raft, or are we going to have a hammer in a palace somewhere? That's going to get us the raft under spec rock. If it's hammer for raft, then Para's in the driver's seat. If it's Hammer Cave for raft, then Animus is going to go east very shortly here. Or he's got to find the raft tile still, but he knows it's not on DM. So the only other place from his perspective is that it's going to be on the west. Wow, this P2 has got some junctions to it right here. This is a lot of P2. All right, here's the boss. Here's Helmet Head. But I don't think we're going to dip out of here. I think we're going to stick around and look for the item. We've spent so much time in here already that you might as well just get the item out of here. All right, last room, last screen in Hammer Cave here. Gonna grab the bag, $500. Para probably going to take that attack 4. It is the hammer to go spec rock to get the raft. Wow. Well, okay. Well, Para's going to dig around in two. Maybe, just maybe, like a vanilla glove or something sitting in here. Maybe a, what else could we need for, maybe a child. Maybe a child is required for fairy, but fairy would have to be required in that case. It's a tall order, unless we have like some fairy blocks. There's not really a high chance that that is the case, but fairy is very nice to have regardless. Oh, dead end for Para here. Yeah, we're seeing Thunder is 77 there, I think. Unable to cast it here at this magic level. Not a big deal. Just pointing it out because you can use it in the early game in these dark caves to help pave the way. Help clear the way. So I'm just going to mark the raft on Animus Society. We know what it is. He knows what it is, and that's why he's going here. All right, so what do we do with the raft? He's got to find that raft tile. And here's a horsehead guarded item room here in P2. I didn't see what bosses were dropping. I looked away on the kill on Helmet Head, but we'll see right here. All the bosses drop the exact same item. Oh, nice, a 500 point P-Bag. Not enough to do anything. Even if we get a 500 point P-Bag on the pedestal here. Oh, it's a magic container? I mean, not the worst thing. There are worse things to have picked up in there. Okay, hammer gets us in the medicine cave. All right, we're still missing pillar P-Bag, though. I don't know where that might be. Red Diver here greeting us. Yeah, so if this is something like the glove on Animus' side, he is going to be in the driver's seat for sure. But again, Para does the overworld clearing, so I suspect we will be doing that shortly on her side. That is the glove. Oh my, wow. Well, Para needs to get into DM and start looking around. That's an amazing chain of required items there with the hammer. Quick hammer pickup to the raft, to the glove, to just beat the game. I mean, really, we're ready to go. There's nothing that can block us at this point. Unless, again, it's a fairy block, which, again, is pretty rare. But glove on hand. Reflect Thunder just needs some levels to bring that Thunder cast down. Thunder, of course, required for Thunderbird in Great Palace. Might take a death here at Animus Society. Yep. Tricky room when you've got skeletons that jump. Based on the layout of this too, though, I don't know if Animus is going to get to Helmet Head all that quickly. Oh, we found Pillar P-Bag Cave over here, completely accessible. I didn't see where this was, but yeah, we'll see what's in here. It can't be anything too amazing right now. Yeah, another heart. Animus is going to go left here. I don't know where the... Okay, that's right. This takes us here. I'm waiting to see what Para's going to do here. Para knows now she's missing Medicine Cave, and we did see the boulder blocked cave. Hopefully Para's recognized that. I think we're headed back up north here to look into potentially P5. I think we're doing a P5 dig. this might be a little uncomfortable from Para's side. I don't mean to speak for anybody, but again, Para definitely has talked about how much prefers to clear the overworld. But knowing there's that raft tile there and not having the raft hint might be just pushing off Death Mountain for now. But Death Mountain isn't too bad because we have the boots and it is a river canyon. So you just simply kind of look around and check a bunch of caves and see if you can find that hammer cave. Speck Rock again, not really hidden. Just sitting. Oh, okay, we landed. All right, this is perhaps a terrible combination of enemies to have in this room. That's actually the screen before Hammer Cave, just repurposed. The screen before the last screen of Hammer Cave, repurposed for palaces with some flying enemies in there. And we have found pass-through. All right, Horsehead pass-through here. Mutant Horsehead. Just put it out of its misery. We'll see where this leads. I don't know if we had another option in 5 here. Here's the item room in 5, so we can dip out of here if we want to dip out of here. This is going to be the item. It's just a candle. We're going to stick to it, though. Okay. So it's quite possible that GP is on the west, so you got to come back to the west to beat the game. And so you can just leave 5 to your last palace if you want to, and come back here with more healthy levels. And then take on Guma at that point. Thundercastable, of course, 77 with that extra magic container from P2. Glove block in 5 there. Not sure if there's any other direction to go. If there isn't, then we are glove blocked in 5, and Para's going to be pushed out of there permanently until she gets the glove. I think we're going back to the maze. We're trying to probably find the cave back to the maze. I think it was just north of start. I think that's why we turned around. I mean, instead of doing 4, we might just do Death Mountain at that point because it's all attached to the maze as well. Nope, we're going to go into 4 on Parasite. Okay. Animus down to his final life here. Para's going to see another glove block, but there's a left here and a right downstairs. But there's a glove block to the left here in this room. We're going to start going left first, all right. Oh, I was wondering if Animus was going to land that on that last little piece of crumble bridge. Unfortunately not. Lava Bath ends up with a game over there. Only $100 for the blue iron knuckles. It's a good check to make, though. That could be worth as much as 300. Here's another one. There are a lot of blue. It's 2 rooms in, and we've got 4 blue iron knuckles so far. No downstab for either of runners, right? So no jump, no fairy. So we can't get downstab out of Mito here just yet. All of that stuff is in the east, and we are forced to do a bunch of stuff, a bunch of activities without having downstab. Yeah, that's where Thunder would really, really help Animus. If he had a castable Thunder, that jumping Staphos is just, you don't know if he's going to jump. You don't know if he's not going to jump. You know, if you know he's not going to jump, you just jump over him. There it is, right? But he could have just jumped up and hit Animus there again. $70-point blue iron knuckles out of the drippers in the other palace. They're going to be in both drippers, as we can see on Parasite as well, but they're still only worth 100 over here. Item room for Animus. He's going to get that magic container we just talked about. And an elevator down coming up here for Para. Nope, no Karak, no item. You know, Para hoping to see the item soon enough, so she'll know that Death Mountain is all that we have remaining. You just hope that once we find the raft out of DM, she knows where the raft is at, the raft tile that is. And we'll see with the hammer if she clears out Medicine Cave, because if she doesn't, then that might be a rip right there. And here's Helmet Head for Animus. pretty weak at attack 4. He's going to get that. Oh, he takes the magic level. I wonder if that was on purpose. Or if he wanted attack 5. I was about to say he was going to get attack 5, but nope, we did go for the magic level, and then we're stuck with life 5, and now we have to level up. 1770 going to be for life 6, 21 something, magic 6, and 22 something. 2280 I think is attack 5. So all right, so here's Karok. We're going to have to take a death to be able to get a castable Reflect spell. Heart out of Pillar P bag there for Animus. Animus still missing Magic Container Cave. So I think it's safe to assume that Para is probably going to stick around here and look for this item. Although, to be fair, that item could be behind a glove block. We did see that glove block near start. I don't know if we had any of the junctions remaining on Parasite here. It would be interesting, though, if Para had that hint for the Raft and DM. I think we would have probably just beelined for that instead. I can't wait for the post-race interview. Hopefully we do get a chance to talk to Para. I'd really like to know about these early palace stakes, because this is not Para-like, but I think Para knows that she's up against Animus, and Animus is a good player, and Para might feel that she's outclassed here in terms of runner skill level, and so it's possible that Para's just making these plays that doesn't normally make, but that's what tournament play is about, right? You get to again, we're in round 2 of the brackets here, and so Para already took the win in the first one, not thinking she was going to do that. So maybe we're just pushing ourselves outside of our comfort level, and we're trying to get this done ASAP. And oh, there's another heart. Okay. Well, that's good to find all the items. This without too much effort. Still got to come back for 5 though before GP. And so off to DM we are. She's got nothing else to do other than DM. So this is good. Animus is going to clear the same stuff that Para has done, although Animus will be able to reach Guma. Hopefully attack for Guma isn't too rough, although that life 5 is definitely going to be a 2-shot at this point. So, and no downstab. Downstabless Guma's a little bit tougher to fight. You do end up hugging him a little bit more often. Gets hit in the face by that bubble. Those fast bubbles are very annoying. Hammer Cave almost immediately for Para. Wow. Also well lit. This is going to be a pretty quick Hammer Cave for Para here. This is going to make up a good amount of time. Animus did see a lot of caves before finding this. Just happened to luck into this one here. I don't think she's even seen Spec Rock yet, so... yeah, unfortunately Animus is going to be back with a second fast bubble here. This is rough. All right, he's got a good pattern. I'm going to just mark this down early. I can't imagine that Para's not going to grab this hammer, so I'm going to always forget to mark it, so do that ahead of time. And we are, oh, that's right, this is the pass-through horse headroom for Animus here. Yeah, that is a very fast hammer cave, and now Para's just going to up an A, go right back to the cave, just north of start. Candle pickup about to be where Animus here. Yeah, okay, well, yeah, I was going to say it's possible that we're going to be kept out of jump or fairy, but we really can't, because seeing as we have the hammer, it could be like child for jump and Nukasudo for fairy. But Nukasudo is already going to be accessible with the hammer, so we don't really have anything blocking us from at least one of our 2 spells that's going to get us elevated off the ground and into the church there in Mido, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so we can get our downstep technique, but yeah, we're not going to be locked out of it today. Raft pickup about to be for Para. Now let's see what she does. Are we looking for the boulder blocked cave or are we looking for the raft tile? Where are we going? She's in the driver's seat currently, but what else are we doing? We're going south first. She knows the boulder blocked cave is down here. Well, there it is. Okay. I guess the only thing that Animus is going to have over her is a Guma kill if he can deliver. Again, it's going to still be a tough Guma kill. Some 500-point P-Bags in the drop pool, though, can help speed up that. Oh, he's got... Oh, I thought it was 1770 for the next level. I guess it's 1890 for Life 7? I guess I saw that incorrectly. Glove pickup for Para, probably incredibly relieved that she did not abandon that. And now, again, we're going to the raft tile 100%. Or, no, maybe we're going back to 5, but I think we're going raft. I think she knows we just leave 5 till later. We can leave Guma till the very end, because GP is over here. We will get a chance to see how deep this Guma is, though. I think it's been linear up to this point. There's a 4-way elevator here, though. Oh, does it just loop into itself, or is it stacked? It's going to loop into itself. Okay, never mind. Linear it is still. All right, we are on the east. Looking like another mountainous biome here, but there's a little bit of river, little bit of water on the bottom side. We can walk around. Nothing to the west. Yeah, we can't get around to the east though, so we gotta walk through here. All right, another junction for Animus. This one's got to go somewhere. Okay. What does our child have? Fire. Well, probably not too interested. Pair also skipping upstab. Might just be back later. Not too far from the raft entry point. Flute going to be required today. Does have a palace underneath it in our brackets flag. It's going to be P1. Easy peasy. Not going to dig it. Okay. Going to leave it till later. The horse gets to live for now. Not going to check the spell at the beginning of Naburu here. At this point, I guess it has to be jump or fairy or life. Yeah, jump, fairy, or life, I think. Oh, another one of these 4-ways for Animus. I missed how many junctions we had seen. He was going up and down some elevator shafts there, and I'm now completely lost in P5. There's fairy. Honestly, it's quite possible we go... Oh, we're not going to up an A, though. We're not going to up an A and go right back and get down stab. Oh, right. Yeah, we couldn't get up stab before having any of this stuff, so... Might go back and do that now. Maybe wanted to see if fairy was nearby as well in case there was a fairy blocking 1. Yeah, we're going back to 1 now. Animus not able to find Guma too easily here. All right, dead end immediately left, immediately right in 1. Do have another elevator down here through this glove block on Animus' side. He might... Okay. I was hoping he would back out of that. He is going to go for this attack 5. He might as well just try to get the kill here. These things could be worth up to 100 experience, these bubbles. Does not get hit by that rock from the rope. I might want that P-bag up there, but hopefully he doesn't get trolled by this... this bubble. Just $50. And there's Guma. Okay. just shy of attack 5. So this, hopefully he can, I mean, if he takes a death, I might back out of here and go kill those bubbles to just try to get attack 5. Okay. There's the death. 2 lives left. Do we go back up the elevator? Man, I would just go kill those bubbles. They might even just respawn repeatedly, so. Now the bubble could be, I think, as low as 30, so it doesn't have to give him the level, but again, if they respawn, he gets it on 2 kills, right? But 2 hits here, showing us life 6, unshielded, is not enough to get the job done. I mean, not enough to stop from dying outside of 2 hits here. Oh, man, I would just go upstairs. It's a lot of experience to throw away here. He's going back in. Para letting out the bubble from the bricks there. Does take care of it though. This is the same room that Guma was down in 5. Just a slightly different enemy set in 1 here. He's got 1 hit left. It's an all or nothing here. I think he's got enough to go. Jesus, got enough to get attack 6 if he's able to get this done. I'm sweating here. Item room for Para in P1. Gonna take the drop. There it is, Guma down. Oh no, he definitely doesn't have enough to get attack 6. I missed what was in P1 there. Heart, okay. Yeah, I saw it pop right up on, right as chat was saying it, I saw it pop up on Para's own personal tracker. Well, that was quite the 5. So Animus, oh, we still got to do 4 though. He's not going to do it. He's going to save 4 till later. He is over on the east now. He is, okay, he was walking in, but he's like, I can't actually get anything out of here. P1 looking kind of linear going left. He's also going to look around real fast to see if there's anything else to find, like this town. P1 down for Para. Ferry for Animus. So Animus not too far behind here. 41 minutes in, though. 3 gems down for Para, just 2 from Animus. Karok didn't seem too deep into 4. The reason we were in 4 a little bit longer on Para's side was to find the item. So depending on the way that Animus walks in 4, might find Karok just as fast, if not a little bit quicker. Or, depending on the way he walks, might find it a little bit more slowly. All right, River Devil block. We do have the flute, though. All right, this is going to be jump or life here in Old Kasuto. Not Para. Animus going into 1. Life in Old Kasuto. Okay. Ironic, seeing as the town is dead. Water tile for Para here. Another cave. We've seen, I think, 2 pass-throughs already. There's 4 pass-throughs on the east, so that cave could be another pass-through or an item cave. If Para keeps looking around for stuff, though, it's very likely that Animus is just going to close this gap. I mean, you know, if this is an item cave and we go into it, all right, it's just a pass-through, but we are going to take it. I was going to say, if it's an item cave, Animus is probably not interested in item caves at this point. Oof, almost getting caught by that Moa. All right, we're over on this side. That is going to be an item cave facing north on Para's side. And this is the item room for Animus in 1. Medicine. Well, that was spell. I don't think we're going to turn that in. But in case we're thirsty, we have a beverage in our pocket now. Wow, the bottom O is in here. So there's Death Valley. I don't know if we can get to this side without that pass-through. So it's possible that the pass-through is required on Para's side. We didn't see. There was one path that Para backed out of early on to come back the other way, if that makes any sense whatsoever. But there's going to be our new Kasuto as well. No hammer required today on our eastern continent. And P1 down for Animus. Going to get in that 2110, I think it's Magic 6. It's going to be our jump spell in New Kasuto. I am not ahead, chat. If anyone is wondering if I'm calling this ahead, I'm just calling it. I'm calling it ahead because we know what it is. It's not that I'm watching her pick it up. She's going to the Magic House right now. And, okay, yeah, this is Darunia for Animus grabbing up stab. 7 containers, okay. Well, again, I don't think we're coming back here. We don't have spell to access the spell tower right now, and yeah, this is quite the walk back. At this point, child, trophy, and containers are the only things that are out there. Animus first to pick up the upstab technique. Some would say GG at that point. Others would disagree. And here's Sunken, right over by New Kasuto. Oh, is the Octorok invulnerable? That's funny. We have to thunder our way through there. We could have probably just ferried over the top of everything. Container? Best bet would be a container for Para. Otherwise, if this is child trophy, trophy's shield, it is a magic container. But if it was going to be the child, well, I guess we might have picked up fire, but it's also possible we don't. So Animus over in this section as well. That pass-through is not going to be required. Yeah, Animus not checking those caves, and I don't blame him. At this point, it's like, I got to go. Oh, this is where that all led to. Never mind. It loops back around there. I see. I got it. I understand the layout now. Yeah, Parisian 3 or 6 there. Wait, we're back to start. We're back. No, we're still in the east. That was 3 or 6. There's our desert tile. And the opposite of that is going to be in Death Valley. Another magic container. Wow. Animus not even checking the water tile. With the fairy spell, that's a pretty quick check. So Para's going to be in great shape with magic. Animus might just be cutting those corners. He's going to go into Death Valley first. This is interesting. We do have the other palace sitting on the outside. Oh no, he's not going to go. That's a fake out. He's got New Kasuto on his screen as well here. I'm sure he's not going to get jump. Okay. Well, they're both in the same palace now. Item room in 3. Heart. Wow. Well, we've got every container on Para's side. Don't know if she took the first right or the second right there. Animus into the bottom right. If Para took the top side, then item for her. It might even be Taribo. If it's Taribo, Animus is going to pick it up as well. triple dripper room on Parasite. Okay, so it's Rebo bottom side. Animus not going to be getting that extra heart there. But Para going to spend a little bit more time in here. So we're going to dead end pretty soon on Parasite. Probably maybe within 4 or 5 rooms at most. And nope, this is a pass through. All right, Animus done with 4 palaces now. He's going to go find 6 in Death Valley, and then go do 4 in the maze, and then GP's on the west. Easy game, let's go. Sub-hour dream probably dead at this point, but that's all right. All right, there's that dead end for Para. Going to take the other way. It's going to lead right to Rebo. That is right. Yeah, that's right. I didn't even think about that on Animus' side, the downstabless Rebo, where Para, again, probably not downstabless Rebo professional, but able to execute. I've seen a downstabless Rebo on Para's side plenty of times in the past. Just, again, not super comfortable with it. And it is attack 4, whereas Animus did have attack 5. Or did he get 6 out of P1? I wasn't sure. Regardless, Para is going to have a lower attack level right here into Rebo's room. Yes. That was a pretty quick knockoff anyway. Yeah, this is a great attack 4. Wow. Didn't look too hot on Guma. It looked kind of vanilla-ish on Guma. I guess Rebo is not super beefy regardless. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4 down for Para. And if we're looking at all things equally here, you know, when it comes down to 6, well, it's hard to say. We'll have to look at the 6s, how each one plays, what junctions are available. 6 can be pretty big. Dragon might be right at start, though. So if Dragon's right at the start, if both of them walk the same way and the Dragon is found at essentially the same time spent in the palace in 6, then it really comes down to 4 versus 5, right? 5 is going to be a little bit deeper dig than 4, but if Animus walks a certain way in 4, he might find Karak a little bit later. We'll just have to wait and see where they all go in 4 and 5 when each of them have to do those palaces. All right, there is a glove block here. Thankfully, Para did find... Oh, I guess we've seen glove blocks in 1 as well, so never mind. We would have been knocked out of 1 as well if we didn't have the glove. All right, here's our first junction in 6. That's a dead end, all right. Pretty linear. We're just ferrying through the encounters here on Parasite. Botting a little bit of damage. Nothing hitting too hard, though. Life 7, all 8 containers. Right, and that's kind of what I was talking about when, you know, if it really comes down to the wire here, and Animus is right now slated to walk into GP before Para, and it could very easily be that, you know, not going into the water tile, not looking for the desert tile, not checking both of the item caves for what items they hold is, you know, minutes there at that point, all things considered. And you know, those are safeties, though, right? So if it comes to GP, and GP is a little tough, well, you know, Animus is at the disadvantage then. So we'll see, right? We'll see what happens. Para also joining us in 6 here, though. All right, we got some choices in 6 to make. Oh, hits the Iron Knuckle, but doesn't grab the ledge. Animus Collecting dolls. All right. That's not a dig. I approve. I am also a doll collector. Another one up there on the Parasite, though. Wow, okay, 2 lefts here. Or did we come in from that? Okay, no. I could have missed this. It's possible this is a loop there. Or Animus just wanted to check this right. It is just a bridge, but it looks like we have 2 lefts behind us there. We had some other lefts behind us in previous junctions. Para not there just yet, though. Still linear for Para. Para's going to see this quick dead end going up and right if she follows that path. And again, we'll just be back on the linear route. But sometimes it comes down to those little time saves like that as well. Para checking that room and having to see that it's a dead end, not recognizing it ahead of time as a dead end. All these little things do add up in these really close races like this. Animus unable to thunder this room. Can he not ferry through this? I guess not. Is ferry still that expensive? All right, Para into... Okay, this must have been the way that Animus entered into this room as well. So this is the... we saw a stack of elevators here. That was the one up there that I mentioned that Animus picked up. Another dead end for Animus here. Oh, see, not recognizes this one. It's the same room that he would have seen. Oh, it's not the same one. It's a different dead end, though. It's the fake false wall. The real wall, in fact. Oh, we up an A on Animus's side. We're starting over from the beginning. That's quite a walk here. We know there's like 6 rooms or so before we see a junction, something like that. Para gonna go left. Not gonna go left here. Gonna go down and right and follow in Animus's footsteps. We don't know what's left in that room upstairs. But again, we still have 2 other lefts in this direction. But if Para just keeps riding right, then I assume we're gonna see the same dead end on Animus's side. Animus decided opting not to walk back, even after picking up the extra 1 up there. I, however, would like to call out the fact that we are going to be approaching the hour mark, and we're about to be at the hour mark, and we still don't have downstab. This is a good seed right here. Now, they had the option, of course, to go back to get downstab at any point, but you know when you're in these types of races that just going backwards is potentially a time loss, right? It's potentially a time loss, but then you could argue that all the enemies we're needing to jump over here were bodying damage, and we're not, we're losing time on every time we take a hit, right? And so you could say with downstab would help there. You'd make up the time being able to downstab over enemies. And you're absolutely right. You know, which is it? Which is it? It's hard to calculate that. There's the item room in 6. Is this our dragon up here? It's not, but Animus took that left. He took that left we talked about a moment ago on Parasite. Para's already passed the area. This is the room where I talked about where Animus didn't have enough to cast Thunder. And I was thinking about ferrying through there, but didn't. Still just walked through there. And the dead end is coming up. Oh, that was a... Okay. This is the only left we have remaining here. So anyway, Para just walked past this junction that Animus has looped around. So there are 2 ways to get to this junction. One on the top side, one from the middle. And then it's just down and left from here. Para's in this dead end now. Wonder if she's going to up an A. Nope, going to walk it back. Okay. Oh, okay. Saw the... No, I didn't see how much life was to refill there. It looked like at least 2 bars. Oh, it's a dead end as well. Where do we have still left to go? I lied. It was not the only direction we have. We have another junction somewhere. Okay, well, Maybe this wasn't the junction I thought it was. Pretty sure this goes upstairs to a, it's a vanilla room that you would see in P6. This one's going to have a blue iron knuckle at the top of it, though. Yeah, there it is. So where do we go? Where do we go? All right, Animus going left from here is up and A again. Para walking it back, getting a little beat up by this shooter. It's tricky. This is a pretty annoying shooter if you don't jump those steps correctly. Those things just keep bopping into you, and you get really agitated by the time you get through it. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where this junction is that we still have yet to find. Oh, Animus, was that a 60? Is that 60 for Fairy at Magic 6? I'm missing that cost for Fairy, but he obviously has all of his magic, so he should have been able to cast it, but he decided not to. All right, so Para about to come back in this direction. I wonder what we're missing. I must have just forgotten about some turn we had somewhere. This is the same stuff that Animus just looped around midsection and then down and left. No, this is a dead end. Animus has checked this first. He's going to Fairy. Okay, Fairy is super cheap. It's not 60. Fairy's like 24. I wonder why we opted not to cast it in the last room that we took the lava bath in. Yep, there's the dead end that Para's in, that Animus has shown us already. I've got my eyes on these runners. I mean, I am trying to watch this palace as close as I can to see whatever other junction we have available to us. There's clearly this junction, but this is it up and right? It's up and right here. Yeah, I guess we haven't gone up and right. No, this is a dead end, isn't it? I thought we saw Para show us this, but maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe this is all we have available to us. I think it is. Yeah, okay. This is all we have available to us, is this up and right. It was another right. Oh, Animus got a hit left in him. No, the triple drip. Okay. No, never mind. We've seen this so many times, I'm getting confused. There's the item room from Para. We're going to get a check on it, but the best it could be is Trophy Child. I don't think we're going to do anything with those. I mean, if it's Trophy, you could turn it in. Animus checked for the hint very early on where the trophy was. I don't recall where that might have been. I guess as long as Para holds right here. Here's another junction for Animus. Is this our dragon up this elevator? If Para goes right here, okay, we're going left again. No, going right again. There's our dragon. Okay, so Para not too far behind, but still got to clear 5 versus 4. Animus's attack 6 probably going to do a little bit better on the dragon than Para's attack 5. They don't. 6 doesn't have to be better than 5, although it could very well be. 6 looks like it's doing perfectly fine here. One more hit. There it is. Okay. All right, let's see the gem pedestal place here on the timer. We'll go by the ZSR timer. Looks like 6235 on the ZSR timer. We're burning gems on Animus' side. Probably does not feel good about that P6, but little does he know that this P6 is treating both of our runners exactly the same. Although this is the elevator room for Para here. Again, I said 6235. Is that what I said? Forgot what I said less than a minute ago. There's so much going on in my head here. This is where things get very exciting. So we'll say 6235, I believe, was the timer on the gem placement. Yeah, my timer on the dashboard might be a second or two off from whatever the stream sees. We've had a lot of these triple dripper rooms here. All right, the pattern not too favorable for Para here. Looks like attack 6 was a little bit better. Yeah, looks like attack 6 was just a little bit better than 5. Looks to be about minute 35. At a minute 35, about 90 seconds, minute and a half, separate them on the gem placement, but we're leaving out a little bit slowly, a little bit slower than Animus did. Better levels though, 677 on Para's side, 667 on Animus' side, although not that much different. Animus having attack 6 so early that gave him the option to burn that gem there. All right, Para's got to go into 5, and we are into Karok's room in 4 for Animus here. Oh, we're getting down stab. Yep, we're going to go get down stab here before we go fight Guma. All right, 65 and some change. We're going to be into GP. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're getting downstab as well on Animus' side. He has actually gambled on downstab in the past. I sure hope Animus is in go mode. He is about to step into the final palace of the game. Although, downstab optional. I would have liked to have seen a downstab-less attempt here. Oh, we're going back. Oh, we got to go get upstab on Para's side. Oh, no. It's right here, though. All right, and we got a 2-5. Yeah, Animus is going to have quite the lead here. Totally forgot about that. Totally forgot about upstab. I'm pretty sure that was GP right there, was it not? It was just, he just walked by it there before he broke the hammer, before he broke the boulder. Okay, so Animus has lost GP, it looks like. Is it possible he's looking for Magic Container Cave? Thinking that maybe he wants another container, like just a gamble? I mean, that's quite the gamble at this point. If that's, I don't think so, right? I don't believe that's the case. I think he just lost GP. Because I honestly, if you're going to gamble on Magic Container Cave, you wouldn't have gambled on water or desert way back in the east. So here we are. We're walking in 67 and 6736 on my timer. And an immediate Thunderbird. Okay. Well, we might see an up and A here. I think Thunder's going to take most of his bar. No shield. That's pretty much, yep, still 77 at Magic 6, as we can see. He's only got 80 Magic. What Para needs is for Animus to take a few game overs here. It's probably a 2-shot. Yeah, it definitely is. There's 4 bars of health from 1. There's a death. Okay. But it's right here, right? T-Bird is right here. So this really isn't, this is why I say a few game overs, because Thunderbird is, you know, takes 15 seconds to get back to when you game over. So this is going to take a little bit of time It's not going to take really any time whatsoever. It's going to take Para a little bit of time to find Guma. Oh, there's the corner. Yep. Yeah, Animus trying to get a few extra hits in on Thunderbird here. With a 2-shot, if I were to take in 2 deaths, I'd probably like to play a little bit safer. Although, who am I kidding? I like to show off as well, so it's only 1 or 2 more hits. There it is. Final hit. I would imagine we're going to up an A at this point. Just get our lives back. All right, there it is. Thunderbird down. Para about to see this elevator loops into itself. And we're about to see the rest of GP on Animus' side. Yep, no junction in here. There is a junction in here, though. Doesn't have to lead to diverging paths, though. It doesn't. Reverse paperclip here. Fire on the ground. Perfect spot for those birds. Yep. Of course. Is it going to be busy? It is going to be busy. Nope. Nothing big down here. Just small enemies. Oh, might need a fairy cast here. Might just want to... Animus going to duke it out with the red guy. Yeah, he did. Went for the jump. I don't know if he's going to make that jump. Is he going to get caught here? No, it's a bubble. Okay. 4-way. Up and left. All right, we have an up elevator in this waffle room here. Nobody's got. I'm sorry, Para has jump, but Animus does not. However, he's able to go high, but this bird is backing up, so he's going to have to deal with landing. Oh, wow. Very nice. Yeah, either landing right before the bird or landing on the bird and hoping you don't get a fireball to come out. All right, another up and left. Ooh, busy room. Busy room here. Reset. Oh, he's going to go straight back. He's not even going to try to push through that room. Okay. Wow. I mean, that was almost certain death there. Not necessarily guaranteed, but very high chance he would have died in the room upstairs, although he could just die right here. And in that case, do you just go up and left and take a fairy? Oh, that fire is going to be right there on the bird. 2 bits of fire. Oh, it was a 2-shot there. Okay. I would probably just go back up and left with all my resources now. Nope, he's going to come back down. He's going to check, I guess, left at the 4-way, perhaps. And the other 4-way here for Para in P5. I recall Animus going this way, but I don't remember if this is the way that actually led to Guma. Wow, that was a wild button press there from Animus. Breaking a few blocks, landing on the bot. Can he just reset the room there? Is he going up and left? No, he's going to go left at the 4-way. One more enemy down here, maybe, nope. Dead end, okay, L7 room. Should say reverse L7 room. All right, he's going up and left here. This is Guma's room for Para. Yep, there it is, okay. Well, if this is twisty and turny and we see another game over from Animus, if Para gets through Thunderbird quickly and just, you know, goes the right way. There's the elevator down, though, in this room. I would just ferry over this. Ferry's only 20. Oh, double bird. He can't touch those. He cannot touch those. He might be able to touch it, but I don't think so. I think it's 2.5 bars. It might only be 2. All right, over the top. He's going to get hit by a beam, possibly. No. Wow, gets through all of that. Another junction. Going down for Para. Don't get trolled by the MOA here in this room. Okay, potential ferry block here. Could be a fake out room, though. Oh, wow, what a gamble. That could have been... Whew. That could have been a bird. It is just a fake out room. All right, Para going to let the experience count up here. This is where every second counts. People wonder why we burn gems. When you watch races like this at 677, it's time to just burn the gem and go. All right, Animus looks to have looped around potentially here. No, I lied. That's a whole new upstab block with an angry bird up front. And Para in 74.54 on my timer, so little over almost 7.5 minutes there. Okay, have we looped around on Animus's side now? No? Yeah, the longer, see, this is the deal. There's the first person who gets into GP, if it ends up having a bunch of junctions like this, you know, oh, okay, never mind, just hold right after you go. You got to go left, then you just hold right. Easy game. Animus is going to draw this one out. It's pretty unlikely that he's going to, even if he takes the game over, Para would have to absolutely god route this palace. T-Bird down for Para. So it's possible that... Oh, no, we've got a life cast on Animus' side, but we're refusing to use it. He might actually have extra lives anyway, so... Does take a hit. Oh, my God. Oh, he didn't pick up life. Para picked up life. And that's a death. That's not a game over, is it? No, it's not. Okay. He's at this point... Sorry, a little premature celebration there for drawing this out to a game 3. At this point... It's very likely we're going to draw this out to a game 3 here. Premature GG's in chat, of course. Always cursing the two-hit potential for death there. Oh, Para into the lava there. That's costly. And there it is, folks. GG's to Animus. Let's get a race time here. Official race time of 1 hour, 16 minutes, 39 seconds. All right, folks. We both got a win here. It's going to go to game 3 at some point. Again, that is scheduled tentatively for Saturday. I think we're going to get a chance to talk to Animus here. On top of that, we do have another race coming up in about 42 minutes. Not sure if it's going to be here on the ZSR network or if it's going to be potentially bootlegged in the Z2R Discord. But regardless, there is more Z2R to be had tonight. And Animus joining us. GG Animus.
Hello there. Hey, GG.
What a race there. You got the well, I guess I just asked you how did this one, like, what were you thinking through this one here? Walk us through the early game and then over in the east and whatnot.
Yeah, I think the early game, getting the raft in out of Death Mountain, I kind of wanted to prioritize going to Death Mountain after finding 3 of the connectors and not finding the east, so that's kind of why I went straight for Hammer Cave, really. Kind of felt a little late to the boot since I game overed in the item room next to the boots, but that did help to get the hammer to ultimately get the raft. Didn't realize we were doing some 100% any keys runs with that vanilla hammer spot, but I thought the seed kind of flowed once you were able to get the hammer, because that ended up leading to the glove in the west obviously as well. And then really, I guess you really didn't need fairy this seed, or downstab for that matter, well, no, I guess you kind of did. I guess on those GP rooms, I think I did go through a downstab block, so yeah. Having fairy and downstab and upstab helped, I guess, so. That was really the only thing I really needed to pick up out of the east, was that fairy to grab that, and then flute was early, so that wasn't really a problem. So really kind of got to skip a lot of the east, and then I just kind of saved Maze Island, or P4 on Maze Island till the end, just because originally I didn't have as much magic for Reflect, so I figured there was no rush to do that since it was right next to the start. So other than some kind of annoying deaths, I was okay with it.
Yeah. Okay, so from our perspective, Para, you were the only one who went to Rudo to get that trophy hint, but you did play the other hints game, and of course led to the raft being in DM. So you're the only one who had that hint. Para, I would say, was out to a little bit of a lead on the west, just a little bit, because Para had information about Magic Container Cave, had the cross out of there, ultimately not really required, but there were MOAs here and there, but it wasn't really a problem by the time anyone reached the east. Y'all were pretty powerful over there. Also had seen the other side of Saria first, had seen the Magic Key first, had seen some of that stuff first, and then ended up opting, without the hint, opting for a P2 dig and then into a P5 dig, but no glove. So getting the candle out of 5 in the pass through room, leading to it almost an immediate glove block after that, pushed out of 5. So she had to leave 5 till the end, but got 2 done, got 4 done, and got the items out of 2 and 4, and of course 5 as well, because it was accessible before the glove block. And so from that point, without the hint for Raft and DM, she just went to DM at that point, because the only thing that was missing was Medicine Cave for her, was boulder blocked, and decided to go Hammer Cave. Found Hammer Cave extremely quickly. Like second cave she checked, I think, was like Hammer Cave for her. Higher levels than you, with the candle, was able to push through there quicker, got the hammer out of there, then had to go find Spec Rock. Of course, you know it wasn't that difficult to find. It was just sitting there in the northwest corner. Got the raft, and she already had information on where the raft tile was as well. And so was the first to the east, whereas at that point you had the raft, and then you started digging 2 and then into 5, and you left 4 behind. And the fact that you cleared 5 when you did, I think helped. Even though you were on lower levels, Para had to leave 5 till the end. And it's kind of the Para play, and this is not a dig or a negative to the way that Para plays, but Para was still clearing things like water tile, still looking for desert tile, clearing both the item caves on the east. And I think all of that little bit of time there cost her a little bit. And on top of that, P6, I think you were in the P6 first. You both got trolled by 6, but I think your 6 was potentially a little bit quicker with the way that you dug through there. And so all of that considered, skipping those things on the east and skipping some items and palaces because you knew you ultimately didn't need them, I think that helped save the time, got you into GP about almost 7.5 minutes earlier than she did. And I think that was like all the little, even though you had some of those deaths early on, and I think those are the time saves you needed. She also left upstab in Darunia until right before GP. So got downstab, then we got upstab, and maybe got upstab before P5, whatever. But yeah, you came back for upstab and cleared out the east, did not have to go back there. So she had to make the walk back to the raft tile and go to Darunia. A little bit of time spent there as well. Again, when it comes down to something this close, and she's about 6 minutes and 10 seconds behind you, according to the finish here, as we see her finish on Darkling. GG's to Para. Yeah, it's I think it all you caught back up and you passed by her, and it could have been the downstabless combat as well, whereas Para's probably not super comfortable with downstabless combat, whereas you're probably a little bit more comfortable with that. So yeah, that probably all just the more experienced player probably caught up and was able to surpass Para here in this kind of lengthy seed here today. Just a lot of walking and a lot of some of these palaces, P5, P6, kind of long. So yeah, that was our perspective here.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the palaces were just long or if I just went all the wrong ways. Probably a little bit of both.
Well,
that was something from my perspective. It's like P5 felt long, like you said. P6 felt extremely long. I think even P2 felt a little long. I guess P4 and P3 didn't feel too bad, but
yeah,
P1 was a full clear too. Even P1 was a full clear. So
yeah. And welcoming in Para here, Gigi Para.
Hi, Gigi.
Quite
Hey,
the
Gigi.
seed.
Yeah, I actually thought I was going to win this one. And the fact that I didn't is why I thought I was going to go 0-2 in this set.
Yeah.
I thought I was doing really well.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, walk us. Yeah, we just had Animus walk us through. We'll do the same thing here. Walk us through your early game, how you felt and all that, and then going east and all those things. It's just you essentially cleared, I would say, almost everything. But yeah, how did that feel from the beginning?
Yeah, I mean, it felt... well, I knew I needed the raft, obviously, because all the transition screens were all on Maze Island and none of them led east. So I'm like, well, okay, we have to dig palaces early to get the raft. There's just no way around it. I missed P-Bag Cave on the west, but it didn't matter. I had a heart anyway. But I did palaces 2 and 4, and I completed them. I didn't get the raft out of them. I was glove blocked out of 5, so I was like, okay, I guess it's in Death Mountain. That could be bad if Animus went to Death Mountain earlier, but I also didn't lose a lot of time in the palaces aside from 5. So I went to Death Mountain. I found Hammer Cave really quickly, and I was feeling really good about the seed at that point. It was pretty straightforward from there. Just went to the east, did most of the stuff there. I did search for items just because I wanted more magic containers mostly, and I got them, so that was nice. And I don't know where. I really don't know where I lost a lot of time in this one, aside from in Palace 1, where I reset because I thought I was glove blocked and I forgot I had the glove. I only lost it 1 minute though. Yeah, I thought I felt like I ran the seed really well. I was just like 5 minutes behind for some reason.
Yeah. So talking about this with Animus just a moment ago is that you did have the early game lead. I would consider that the early game lead
Okay,
there.
interesting.
He did have the hint out of Rudo for Raft and DM, so he had that information.
Oh, there's a
Yeah.
hint there.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't go looking for the hint. Was that from... Where is that in oh, it's Mito. Right. Okay.
No,
I didn't...
Rudo.
Rudo. Right, I didn't
Just
go
north
into
of
Rudo
Star.
at all. That's right.
Yeah. It was Shield today. Yeah, Trophy
Okay.
Shield.
Yeah, I was just like, okay. I like Shield, but I'm not going to go look for the hint there.
Yeah, so the Raft hint was there, and Animus had a few deaths early on. You were kind of pushing through, and you found some of the extra caves that he didn't early on. Like you had, you saw a magic container cave for the cross. That wasn't really anything too big, but no big deal. You saw Saria first, and there was a hint for the magic key, so you were definitely going to stick around to the west at that point. Animus did find the magic key before finding the front side of Saria, but you did have the magic key before he did, so you were into palaces before he was.
Interestingly, the hint for Magic Key was sort of inconsequential because Fairy wasn't on West, so I knew that Magic Key had to be available before Palaces.
Right.
But that did help for sure, like confirm it. Like, okay, I'll stay, get Magic Key, and then I'll go into Palaces, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it still could have been, you still could have accessed with the boots off the west, you still could have gone Hammer Cave Hammer, Spec Rock,
That's true,
Raft,
yeah.
and then left
That is
to the
true.
east. So you were the first one with Raft tile knowledge on where that was. You were the first one to the east as well by a little bit. You saw Darunia, then you saw 1, then you saw Naburu Ferry there, and then you went back to 1, but you didn't go back to Darunia at that point. You were going to save that, it seemed. Animus did make the play to go back to Darunia. Yeah, it was...
I wasn't sure if I wanted upstab or not, and it ended up being not required, but...
Yeah. But then from there, talking to Animus on this, from his perspective, he skipped once... you and just magically, you both, when you got the hammer, and before anyone went east, you both dug Medicine Cave. So you both had the gloves. So that was really good.
Mhm.
Everyone was pretty much on parity there going east, although you were to the east a little bit sooner. You
Yeah.
went through 2, found the item in 2, went through 5, glove locked in 5, got the candle out of there, and then of course you did all of 4 as well. And Animus was able to not get the items out of 2 and 4. I don't think you had to pass. I think you had to go back and find those. At least in 4.
2, I did have to lose a little bit of time in 2, although it was a magic container, which was really nice.
Yeah, and it was a heart in 4 as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah, and so you did have all 8 containers at the end on both sides there. So at the end of it all, Animus was pretty short. Animus only had 80 magic, only had 5 containers, and barely able to cast Thunder there at the end, although Thunderbird was right there.
Yeah, I was not happy to see that early Thunderbird. That was a bad draw. I was really hoping for a deep Thunderbird. That would have helped me.
It would have, given the resources here.
Yeah, I was hoping for a pretty hard... That's also actually why I went for Upstab, because I was like, well, as far a bad Great Palace would benefit me most likely, given what I think has happened in this race, and then I'm right about that. But unfortunately, it wasn't a very hard GP. It was a little bit long to get to Dark Link, but if you took like the normal path, it kind of just led you there.
Yeah. Coming back to the east, though, when you had essentially everything for go mode, you were still looking at water tile, desert tile, both the item caves and whatnot, and all of that, I think, added up to you kind of losing the lead you had going east. And then 6 happened, and 6 was kind of a troll for both of you. It's hard to say who got through it faster, but Animus was in there first. And so I guess in 3, there was a bit of a flip-flop. You walked into 3 first. This is how close it was. You walked into 3 first. You were both done with 1. You walked into 3 first, and that was after you cleared everything else in the east. And this is where Animus was catching up. You took the first right. There were 2 rights in 3, and they were stacked. And the first right was the item and then to a dead end, whereas Animus went all the way down first, saw Rebo immediately, and got out of there. And so he didn't spend the extra time in there. That's where the lead was flipped at that point.
Yeah.
Then we were into 6, and 6 was kind of a troll.
Yeah, I full cleared 6 more or less.
I think you both did at the end of the day. But it's possible that Anna's perhaps being a little bit more comfortable with down stabless combat to just get through some of this stuff might have helped him in this. That's what we were thinking, but I'm not sure. I mean, you both had really good resources, and you had more containers than he did, so you were able to even body more damage throughout all of this. So it's really hard to say there exactly whether that was a factor, but I would say that looking at water, desert, and the 2 item caves were definitely something that allowed Animus to catch up, and then the flip-flop in 3. And from there, you weren't able to clear 5. He cleared 5 early on, although he was a hit away from game overing on Guma, which was very sketchy, which would have definitely not... There was a big advantage to clear 5 there when he had the glove. Before he went east, he did do 5. And so, yeah, you left it till later, and... I don't know. After 6 there, he was out of 6. He was into 4. His 4 was, I want to say his 4 was faster than yours to the boss. And so that probably saved a little bit of time there. And the 5 for you was rough. It was always kind of rough from him as well. But that 5 was not friendly. And that cost, that probably all just added up to those. It was about a 7.5 minute difference, just a little less than that, going into GP there. But like you say, you had more resources, so we were wondering when we didn't see Darklink for a while on Animus' side, even though he was getting information on routing, he was taking some damage. There was a lot of damage to be had on Animus' side because he just didn't have a lot of hearts and a lot of containers, no shield, no other safeties, no life spell as well. And so it was just kind of ferrying through rooms where he could and escaping death as best as he could. And you came in, but it was a little too late at that point. It had been closer. Even with that early Thunderbird, it might have been a little bit different. So, but that was from our perspective, ultimately, I think that's a recap. 82 minutes seed here, so it's probably close to accurate.
Yeah, I don't even really think I spent that much time looking for the desert tile and the water tile were just right there, so I just grabbed them while I was in the area. It didn't take that long. It was a little bit longer to explore the caves, but I did get a magic container out of that too. Losing time, unfortunately, just unfortunate palace routing, unlucky. Probably was what lost me quite a bit of time. Getting those magic containers could have saved time, but unfortunately, Great Palace just wasn't really hard enough to justify it. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but I think I did pretty well otherwise.
Yeah, I'll pass it over to Animus again in a moment, but given the fact that it was about a 7.5 minute difference going into GP, that you cleared it in 6 minutes 10 seconds. There, so you did shave off some time in GP. It was probably, especially just routing and resources, just allowing you to just do.
Yeah, GP was really, really easy for me. I had no trouble with it at all, aside from one early death that I reset because I was just thinking,
Yeah, and one other thing I would say, the Animus was first to attack 5 and attack 6. He had attack 6, you were still sitting on 4 at that point, and so I think maybe the higher attack levels did help cut through some of the enemies a little bit faster there. Again, when you're looking for those 7 minutes, like where are they, right? And over the course of a 20 or 30 minute period, you know.
I didn't really do a lot of fighting after I got to Attack 4, so I'm not really sure. I mean, like only Guma was like really much of a problem.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe.
It's possible. This is one of those where you probably got to look at a bunch of little things and figure out where all those minutes went, and time palaces and whatnot.
Yep. Yeah, it'll be interesting to look back and see how it went. But, well, I'm pretty happy with how this went, and Game 3 should be pretty fun.
Yeah, I would say just based on everything right out of the gate, the early game, no one got left behind. Again, it was parity going east with everyone having glove and just that required item, which was ultimately required in 1 and 5 and 6, maybe. Maybe one of the other palaces over there had a glove block as well. But yeah, that was I don't know. I don't remember. There were some glove blocks regardless, but yeah, that was good that everyone had that. No one left behind Medicine Cave. But yeah, game 1 was great. Game 2 also pretty close here, and I'm looking for game 3, but I'm sure it's going to be a little nerve-wracking for both the runners here. Maybe not though. Maybe not. Maybe everyone's stone cold, ready to go. Bring it, Animus. Para's saying. Animus is like, "Come on, Para. I don't know. I got nothing." Sorry. Anyway, yeah. Any final thoughts here, Animus, from your side?
No. Yeah. Thanks so much for taking the time to come this, Mirai.
Yeah. Thanks for the reach.
Yeah. Looking forward to this. Been having a good time so far. So. Yeah.
So my final thoughts here is that I figured I just want to put this out here officially because I think Para's coming for me. So there was that coin flip, right? The coin flip on the prediction, and yeah, I think Para's on a roll here, and I think Para's gonna, if Para gets through Animus here in Game 3, I got to get through Chadbert in our series, and then we'll meet up. And I think Para's coming for me. I'm a little frightened at this point, just due to that prediction. Maybe.
Look, Para beat me by, what was it, like 16 minutes the other day, so I would watch out. You have to face off against Para.
Yeah, that was a crucial item miss, right? That was a required boots miss on your side, Animus, and that was an island you had to keep walking around on the west. So it's a lot of time to be bled there when you miss something like that. But it, like you say, it's entirely possible. We've seen this happen time and time again. So anything's possible. Para, any final thoughts there? Sorry, I stole the final thought spotlight there.
Oh yeah, no, nope, not really.
Okay. Yeah, then that's going to be it from us here. Golden Devil's going to take us out, and we'll see what's going on for the next race in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, GG's to Animus and Para. Thank you, Mirai, for commentating and tracking. The stream is going to go down, so we're going to do a raid, but there will be another Z2R race here in about 20 minutes. Sigil versus Level Engine. And I think there's also a Zelda 2 100% race coming up in about an hour and 20 minutes over on ZSR2. So thanks everyone for watching, and come back shortly over here, and have a good night, everyone.